The following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting at Western Illinois University.
Coming up on Live at 4, why some parents are fighting back against a new statewide standardized test. And allergy season is in full swing, why you've been sneezing and sniffling all week. Also, spring may finally be here to stay. A look at the fantastic weather coming up this weekend. All that and more, now.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Good afternoon. The president of the Macomb Area Chamber of Commerce has announced her resignation.
Alex Giesler sent an email to all members earlier in the month stating that her resignation will take effect April 29th.
Giesler's email says, quote, "It has been an absolute pleasure working for the organization, and I am eternally grateful for the opportunity to do so," end quote. Giesler has accepted a position here at WIU. News 3 will continue to follow this story closely and bring you updates as they develop.
A month has passed, and still the hottest topic at the Macomb Board of Education meeting this past Tuesday is the PARCC exam. The new standardized test required by the state has more than a handful of parents at the meeting expressing their concern. One reason parents want to get rid of the test is that their kids are wasting too much time on it in the classroom. Not only that, but board member Jim LaPrade mentioned that he thinks that even some teachers are scared to talk about it. Superintendent Patrick Toomey says that if the test is mandated by the state again next year, Macomb School District will be doing very little prep compared to this year. Toomey says that he is also involved in a new movement called Vision 2020. Superintendents, principals, and school boards from around the state have partnered up to take some control back when it comes to education in Illinois. We'll keep you up to date as this movement progresses.
It's a little chilly outside, but believe it or not, spring is here, and so is allergy season.
News 3's Desire Stewart reports on ways to get those allergies under control.
Many people look forward to the springtime weather. However, not everyone is excited about the pollen that floats from the flowers and the trees. Some people who constantly blow their nose or have itchy, watery eyes might not even be aware that they actually have seasonal allergies. Certified nurse practitioner Suzanne Campbell from WIU's Butte Health Center talks about the symptoms that one might experience when it comes to these seasonal allergies.
Symptoms are sneezing, itchy eyes, can have a cough, and that's usually from drainage down the back of your nasal passage. You can have itchy skin, a rash or whelps that come up.
If you feel your allergies aren't that severe, Nurse Campbell suggests different types of medicine that you can buy over the counter.
For the basics would be something like Allegra, or there's Zyrtec, there's Claritin. Those are the three most common ones.
Not only can someone with seasonal allergies experience itchy throat or a runny nose, but more happens on the inside of the body.
More like an anaphylactic or extreme allergic reaction. You can have some tightening of the chest and tightening of the throat. Feel like everything's going to closing up.
According to many medical websites, about 18 million American adults and 7 million children have seasonal allergies. It's best for those with allergies to visit their nearest doctor, just so they can have their allergy symptoms under control. For News 3, I'm Desire Stewart.
Scientists are already saying this allergy season may be the worst in a while. Weather.com says a cold and snowy winter often precedes a harsh pollen season. Doctors say the fast melting of snow creates an ideal environment for grass pollen growth, something they call the priming effect. And yes, the snow around Macomb is finally gone. A heavy coat was needed this morning. Now, maybe just a light jacket. Can we finally put away the winter coats?
News 3's Emily Manley joins us now from the Storm Team 3 Weather Center with our first look at our forecast.
Emily.
I'm starting to see some warmer temperatures out there for everyone this weekend, and hopefully we can keep that light jacket out. Let's take a look outside right now, downtown at Macomb. You can see that our high is 46. That is the high that we hit today. Humidity is about 46%. And then we hit some winds. Gusts were up to 23 degrees today. So pretty windy out there if you had the chance to get out there. I said 26 degrees and I meant 26 miles per hour. That is my mistake. Let's take a look outside right now at the temperatures around the area. You can see that everybody is in that 45 to 46 degree temperature for the area. So nothing too different anywhere that you want to go. If we take a look outside at the radar, all that rain that we saw yesterday is getting out of the area. Nothing to be looking at, because guess what? We're not going to see rain for quite some time. If we take a look outside, as we said earlier about the pollen, We are pretty high for the pollen. Now, this is just tree pollen. The weed pollen is not yet affecting us because nothing is blooming yet, but the trees are starting to take effect for people sneezing. I know that I have a little bit of an allergy problem today. Can't get the Kleenexes away from me. And this is as the weekend goes on. I'm going to have temperatures that are rising throughout the weekend, and the pollen's only going to get higher as we go out throughout the weekend. Stay tuned as I have your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, thank you, Emily. People young and old can hop on over to the Lakeview Nature Center this weekend. They're having their first ever prairie egg hunt. The egg hunts will begin at 1 tomorrow, March 27th, and Saturday, March 28th. There will be another chance to hunt for prizes Saturday, April 4th from 1 to 4 p.m. Those who wish to hunt eggs are asked to pay $5.
Mini golf fans can grab their putters and hit the green next week to help raise money for 2 local organizations. The WIU Veterans Club will team up with their Big Brothers Big Sisters of Warren and McDonough counties. They will host the All 4 Kids Miniature Golf Fundraiser on April 4th. Each of the 12 WIU organizations that sponsor the event will make their own mini golf hole. Those who can get a hole-in-one can enter their raffle ticket to win a prize. The registration is $5 per person and $20 for a team of 4.
And you have a chance to get to know our area police officers a little better. Local police will be sitting down to enjoy coffee with Macomb residents. This event begins Wednesday, April 1st. It starts at 3:30 and goes until 5:30 in the University Union Food Court. OPS, the Macomb Police Department, McDonough County Sheriff's Department, and the Illinois State Police will be there. Students, faculty, and staff are encouraged to ask questions and voice concerns. Coffee with a Cop was created to help break down barriers and provide relaxed one-on-one interactions with police.
This weekend is Moms Weekend here at WIU. There are many things for students to do with their moms, but as Shaquille Huddleston reports, there's only one event that is more than just fun. It's Big Pink Volleyball. It raises money awareness for breast cancer at the same time.
Weekend is Moms Weekend at WIU, and the Rec Center has something in store just for the occasion. Pink Volleyball.
We have had, for about the last 7 years, a Moms Weekend on our campus. And we are very happy to host Big Pink Volleyball for our Moms Weekend.
Pink Volleyball is an extremely fun game. It has been here for a long time.
Well, Big Pink Volleyball came to Western Illinois University in April of 2002. 3 resident assistants from Thompson Hall wanted to do something with this Big Pink ball. And they came to Campus Recreation, and we had 6 teams, hosted our first tournament, and decided, oh, let's try this again in October, which then had just started as October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Being around for over a decade, it is safe to say that this is a highly anticipated event.
Last year we had 171 teams, and that came out to over 1,300 students and employees.
So this has been going on for quite a while now. So just bring your mom, your family and friends, and also you can come to this Saturday's event.
And it's always neat to see people leave with a smile on their face.
From NEWS3, I am Shaquille Huddleston.
The Big Pink Volleyball Challenge is this Saturday. All moms, families, and students are welcome to come. It starts at 7 p.m. and ends at 9 p.m. And that's just great to see. Not only do they get to have some fun with their moms,
Sure.
but it's all for a good cause.
Yeah, absolutely. Breast cancer awareness and research. Big Pink Volleyball, also a lot of fun. I'm no good at it. Us as a crew, we are no good at it, but we have a good time every year. But now on a more serious note, recent discoveries about the Germanwings plane reveal the crash might not have been an accident.
Up next, investigators try to piece together evidence from the wreckage in the Alps and find out why the flight went down. The struggle that the black box recordings show ahead.
And later,
we have to talk, we have to coordinate, and we're good at that.
heartache strikes a town in Oklahoma for the 5th time in 5 years. Now officials look at how they will rebuild. Stay tuned.
Now from Macomb in high definition, you're watching Emily Manley, Johnny Cather, Storm Team 3's forecast with Nicholas Stewart, and sports with Jeff Marta. Live at 4 continues.
Welcome back to Live at 4. Stunning developments today in the Germanwings plane crash in the French Alps.
Emerging details suggest the co-pilot made a deliberate attempt to crash the plane.
Polo Sandoval has the latest from CNN.
Co-pilot Andreas Lubitz crashed Germanwings Flight 9525 on purpose, according to French authorities. They say he locked himself in the cockpit and started the deadly descent.
The co-pilot, through deliberate abstention, refused to open the cockpit door to the chief pilot and used the button which controls loss of altitude.
A timeline suggests the first 21 minutes of the flight were routine. The two pilots exchanged what's been described as a normal conversation. Then the captain asked Lubitz to take over as he stepped out of the cockpit. That's when French prosecutors say Lubitz manipulated the flight controls.
Apparently he was breathing normally. He didn't say a word from the moment that the captain or chief pilot left the cockpit.
The cockpit voice recorder captured the final moments of the 150 people on board.
I reckon that the victims only became aware of what was going on at the very last moment, because on the tape, the sound that we're hearing, the screams are only in the very last moments before impact.
Investigators are digging into Lubitz's past. The 28-year-old pilot was a German national. His employer says he passed his yearly medical tests and he was 100% fit to fly.
We can only speculate about motives. We have no findings at all with regard to why the co-pilot did that.
All of this gives few answers to the families of Flight 9525. They gather at the base of a mountain, waiting to take their loved ones home. I'm Polo Sandoval reporting.
One Oklahoma officer is lucky to be alive after a police chase ended with his squad car in a roadside ditch. Take a look at this frightening video from the police dash cam. Corporal Brad Roberts was chasing a speeding suspect on Interstate 40 when his car flipped over on an exit ramp. Police say a Good Samaritan came to Roberts' car and broke open a window to get him out. Authorities say slick roads played a role in the accident. The suspect was never caught.
And also in the Sooner State, the weather put lives in danger. The town of Moore, Oklahoma is assessing the damage from tornadoes that ravaged the area last night. The Weather Channel reports one person was killed when the twister tore through a mobile home site. The tornado also damaged an area elementary school.
Unfortunately, Southgate took a direct hit, obviously, and we've already got a plan and a course of action on what we're going to do with this community. Unfortunately, we've been through this before.
Moore, Oklahoma has been hit by tornadoes 5 times in the past 5 years, most recently in 2013. That's when a 17-mile-long EF5 tornado swept through the town and killed 24 people.
Is winter finally over?
Storm Team 3's Emily Manley gives us the Mom's Weekend forecast after this. And welcome back. We have Emily Manley with us now. And Emily, is that rain finally out of here?
I am so happy to say that it is. If we take a look outside right now, we finally see sun out there, and it is awesome. I'm loving that I finally can report no rain in the forecast for the next couple of days. If we take a look, it is 46 degrees outside, and this weekend is only going to get nicer. Humidity is about 46%, and winds 16 miles per hour. But if you do get in the gust, you can see up to 23 miles per hour. So pretty blustery out there. If we take a look at the temperatures for the radar, we can see that in Peoria, we have 48 degrees. We're all in the 40s here. No one's really seeing any difference for the surrounding areas, which is okay because I have even better news as the weekend goes on. As I said yesterday and the day before, we did have some rain that was in the area. That is all out to our east now. So that is not our worry anymore. We've now pushed it out to the east. And then right now, currently, there's a little bit of cloud in our area, but it's getting out of the way. And as it gets out of the way, that leaves us with a sunny Friday. Nothing in our area. This is a low pressure system though, and that low pressure system could bring some rain for us Saturday night into Sunday, which could cause some problems for our Sunday events going on here around campus. This, like I said, we could see this on Saturday. For tonight though, we will see a low of 26 degrees. below freezing, so you could see some frost when you wake up tomorrow morning. I did put this picture up so you all know what the moon looks like as we move in the moon calendar, just a little sliver tonight. It will get fuller as we go on throughout the month of April, which is hard to believe it's almost April. Tomorrow we will see a high of 40 degrees. Winds will die down, only 10 miles per hour for winds tomorrow, nothing too bad. But I have an excellent 5-day forecast for you. As you see, it goes up and up and up and up. How wonderful is that? Tomorrow we have 43 degrees, Saturday 45, and I just have excellent news as it goes on, 55, and then we will hit 60. We could see some rain on Sunday though. We're not too sure how that low pressure system is going to come into the area. So you know what, boys? It's awesome out there. So I hope I'm getting my golf clubs out this weekend. So
You golf?
I do,
Okay.
and I cannot wait. I'm going to play for the Mom's Weekend. My aunt is playing mom for me this weekend, and we're going to play some golf.
I'll tell you what, I've golfed 3 times in my life, and I got worse every time. Did decent the first time, and then it just went downhill from there.
You're not the first person to happen to do that.
Yeah, I think I should probably stop golfing for good.
It's going to get warmer, so we can go out and practice, but I might have to beat you before I help you out.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, well, we can try.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Emily. Let's toss over to Jeff for sports.
Yeah, beautiful outside. Now, coming up next in sports, Western Illinois baseball was able to beat that cold and get out on track, back on track at home yesterday against the University of Illinois Springfield Prairie Stars. And WIU volleyball, well, they get back on the court for their spring workouts. NEWS3 sat down with the sophomore defensive specialist Kayla Ruff to talk about the new head coach Kelly Richardson. And Roger Goodell finally broke his silence on the Rams potentially moving to Los Angeles. Hear how the commissioner backed St. Louis's plan next. Now, welcome back to Live at 4. After losing 2 of 3 last weekend to South Dakota State, the Western Illinois baseball team looked to get back on track with a non-conference tilt with in-state foe, University of Illinois Springfield. Now, freshman J.T. Banish received his first start of his college career against the Prairie Stars. He didn't disappoint either, pitching the first 2 innings, allowing only 1 hit, and he's going to get the W. A lot of that help came from the offense, tying a season high in runs with 14. The senior Jake Moore led the attack, going 2 for 3 from the dish with a home run, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. The 14-1 win gives the team some much-needed confidence going into a 3-game set at home versus North Dakota State this weekend. And even though it's spring outside, WIU volleyball is already hitting the court as they begin to reinvent themselves for the 2015 season. NEWS3's Cody Snodgrass has the story.
The Western Illinois Fighting Leathernecks volleyball team struggled last year, only managing 6 wins. One bright spot for them was freshman defensive specialist Kayla Ruff. With the season over for the volleyball team, Ruff already has goals set for next year.
Well, hopefully with more training from our new coach, I'll be able to grow more. And obviously my goal is to be a libero next year. So just work hard this spring and prove that I should be a libero next year.
Although Ruff had a successful individual season, she's more concerned about our team's overall success, which means the only stat that matters is the wins and losses.
I think communication is a big part of what this team lacked last year. So just growing as a leader and trying to communicate better with our team and coaches.
Looking at the stats, one would see the 242 digs which was stirred on the team last year for Ruff. She insists she was still learning and is looking to step up her game in this upcoming season.
For me, it was learning how to play at this high level, Division I, and just taking in all of the coaching and new stuff I would learned, but then obviously being able to apply it and grow as a player.
Ruff will have to adapt to new volleyball coach Kelly Richardson's type of play, but she doesn't feel like this will be a problem.
Coach Richardson is very competitive, so I think that brings an edge to our practices, whereas before we were more lackadaisical and kind of joked around, where here it's just a get after attitude.
Come support Kayla Ruff and the Leathernecks next season as they set on a quest for a Summit League championship. For NEWS3, I'm Cody Snodgrass.
Thanks, Cody. The Leathernecks lost 4 seniors from the fall, including kills leader Ann Miller, assist leader Samantha Fournier, and even digs leader Molly Murphy. Now, it's a tall task to replace those players, but the team looks re-inspired with Kelly Richardson at the helm. Now moving to the National Football League, the city of St. Louis got some backing yesterday from Commissioner Roger Goodell as the city makes a push to keep the beloved Rams in Missouri.
They have a great site. They have a site that I think is important for St. Louis to redevelop. Makes a perfect stadium site, as the governor told me. And I think they're working towards making it become a reality. And I think we need to continue that momentum. We need to continue the focus of making it a reality. And that's a positive. And I think the efforts that are going on there are very positive.
The new proposed stadium has the St. Louis Rams as they look to lie just northeast of the current Edward Jones Dome along the Mississippi River. The open-air stadium proposed by Missouri Governor Jay Nixon plans to contain 64,000 seats and will cost $985 million to build. The issue now is to figure out how the new stadium will be financed. Until the city can form a plan, the Rams will continue to lease out the Edward Jones Dome on a year-by-year basis, which does not rule out the chance of owner Stan Kroenke moving the team to Los Angeles. So potentially they could still move, but I mean, that new stadium, if they can get that thing working, and the way that they built up Busch Stadium when they reopened that thing, I mean, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, we've been to Edward Jones Dome. I mean, when it's all closed up like that, I mean, it's still a really neat venue, but that open look right by the river, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, being by the river, and I mean, in that dome, you open things up and be outside the way football's meant to be played. Oh, that's how I like it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jeff. All righty, coming up, a final look at your weekend weather.
And if we take for a final look, let's take a look at tonight. We were going to see that we will see a low of 26 degrees tonight. Tomorrow we will see a high of 40, and it's going to go up and up and up and up. Like I said, it's going to be awesome. I threw this map in there just to show you one more time about the allergy season. We're all dealing with the allergies. I know Johnny was blowing his nose many times before we went back on air. So we do have some allergies out there. Just keep some Kleenexes with you. As we do look at the 5-day forecast, though, we are going to see that it's only going to go up. And I love that I get to bring good news. So I'm glad that you guys got to join us here live at 4. Before we go off, I want to say how dapper the men that I'm sitting with here on the desk look.
We try. We really do. Thank you so much.
We have the bow ties working, and we all wore black today, so we all must have got the memo. So I'm glad that I got to be the woman on the desk with you guys today.
Thanks a lot. Well, thank you so much for watching live at 4. For Jeff Marta, I'm Johnny Capper.
And for Emily Manley, I'm Drew Hoffman. We'll stay on top of your newscast overnight and bring you the latest updates on our Facebook page. Find us at NEWS3.